we talk about fundraiser.com, a lot of people have this idea of business where the tech companies have ruined the ideas of business. People think that you can start an idea and then you just borrow loads of money and raise loads of money and buy a fancy office and get a smoothie machine and get smoothies and get bean bags so you can sleep at the office. Wow. And then just keep borrowing and spending everyone else's money. And that's a business. No, a business makes money. And I managed to launch all of my businesses with very little investment. So if you need investment from fundraiser.com, you can come and show me your business plan, but we're gonna analyze it and see what you really need that money for. If you can really pull it off without that money, or how that money will actually be spent. For some ideas and some businesses, you do need huge investment, but for a lot, you don't. I would argue nearly any company you want to launch, you could launch almost without investment. If you want to launch a coffee company and there was a particular type of bean and you needed money to get all of those beans from Colombia, and you need to package them all up and fly them all over to England, for example, I would say launch the coffee company, get some stills, get some pictures, launch it with no beans, advertise it, see how much you sell. If you sell a whole ton, now you have the money to import the beans. If you sell hardly any, you'll be glad you didn't bring the beans over, refund everyone, and just be done with it. Like, you can do it without the investment, but people will say, no, I want the investment. I want to bring all these beans. I want to spend $1 million before I even do anything. You know the hardest business to start? You know what the hardest business in the world would be to start today?
Makeup, supplements, something like that?
Nope. Easy. The hardest business in the world to start today is a business I'm not going to start. Nobody's going to start. It's an airline. Not an airline, sorry. An airplane manufacturer. The reason is you have to invest in a factory, which is billions. You have to begin to make planes. You then have to go through 7 or 8 years of testing before you can sell a plane. Right? So you've invested billions hoping you can make your first sale 8 years later. Then all of the current aircraft manufacturers have lobbied governments to prevent you turning up and selling anything. And then you have to produce a product which is better or cheaper than Boeing or Airbus, who have a massive monopoly on the market and understand the market very well and have deals with airlines already. So who are you going to sell to? Like something on an airline, nearly impossible to start a brand new aircraft manufacturer off the middle of nowhere. That's why you have these two names, only those two. Supplements, makeup would be easy for the same reason I said coffee. That's right. You can just sell from the beginning. So I'm very interested to see people's business ideas and talk to them frankly. And my goal with this 50 million is to spend it all across a couple years. But my primary goal is to get my fingers in some very interesting projects myself and make sure they're monumentally successful. And when we said earlier about the 95%, 5%, I have that because any project I'm invested in, I can mention. So I could just mention. Like, I have monumental power because I have attention on.